welcome. She's pregnant.
Well, what a nice announcement. What a you worked real good up to this.
I think you should do that, to be honest. That sounds nice when you do it.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely.
I couldn't do it better.
You couldn't do it better?
No. Okay. I think you did it perfectly. So, yeah, I would say welcome. My name is Lieke.
Oh, yeah, and I'm Philip.
This is already off to a great start. Yeah, so I am pregnant, or as you would like to say, we are pregnant.
Yeah, there's a collective thing.
Collective thing. Apparently you're the one giving birth.
I'm in this too.
We're in this together, that's true. Yeah, like should we tell a little bit about ourselves maybe?
Sure.
Okay, well, just how you would do it in school, you know, if you go around, it's like, hi, my name is Lieke, I'm 25 years old, almost 26, and I am Dutch, and I currently live in Germany, and yeah, hobbies are also really important. So I have a horse, and I
like to go to the cinema.
I
like
don't
to
like
go out
to
with friends.
I also no. I like to go out with my horse. And I'm recently really into crocheting and what else do I do? Oh yeah, making music is also nice. So I guess that's it: horses, music, and crochet. And I also work at a horse stable currently. Yeah, so I guess that's a quick view of my life.
Quick introduction.
Yeah.
So all the creative hobbies that Lieke has, I don't have them. My name is Philip, I'm 26, I'm from Germany, and I'm German. I'm not only from Germany, but I'm also German. And yeah, I met this beautiful girl a while ago, and now she's pregnant with our baby.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait until the baby's with us.
If you can see how it looks like.
If you can see how it looks like, because currently it's pretty small. It's the size of apple seed, how an apple does, according to our research. And yeah, like I said, my hobbies aren't as creative as Lieke's are.
Well, you like filming, right?
I do like filming. I bought myself like an old camcorder a while ago, and I definitely wanted to start filming a little bit more of that, and I still...
How's that going?
I'm still in the process. I bought one, so that's already the first milestone. Now I also gotta film something and edit it, so that's already something. And I'm into sports in the gym big time, because I used to be an ex-gymnast a while ago, a couple of years ago actually. But I definitely want to get into that a little bit more, and also more into cardiovascular training to keep myself fit for the baby, to keep up running with the baby, and also be able
running
to
with the baby,
and also to lift it up. That's going to be
I don't think that's a hard task, but
that's going to work out on its own.
You're gonna run with the stroller into the forest or something?
Yes.
That's cool.
Oh, that would be awesome, yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah.
I would also get my ass out of the house and do some cardio then.
Yeah, I mean that's nice. That's nice. Nice idea. I like that. You can never start early enough with all the sports.
Yeah. And tell me, what are we doing? What are we currently doing? Where are we?
Oh, we are in Bunsdorf.
Yeah, was
it right?
That was right.
That's actually the first time that I say it right. Yeah, we're on vacation now, but we will make another vlog about that. Yeah, so like this is not our house. We don't have a bathtub in the middle of our living room.
That would be awesome.
We do now. It would be really cool, but maybe not that baby proof. So like, haters, don't come for us. Yeah, but I actually wanted to ask you, like, why. So this YouTube channel might look weird now, because I've been vlogging for a while, only horse videos, mostly, and in Dutch, and yeah, and then I stopped for some reasons, and now you kind
We're
of
back.
You kind of got me started.
Yeah.
So you wanna
So the reason why we brought this YouTube channel back to life is actually because of an idea that I had. So when we recently we can elaborate on this a little bit more later. But the initial idea was because as soon as we found out that we are pregnant, Lieke is pregnant, we were doing our research and trying to find stuff on how we can get a little bit more knowledge on how we can find someone with more experiences. So what do you do in the 21st century to get knowledge and experiences?
Go to YouTube.
Go on the internet, go on YouTube.
And I was actually watching a lot of vlogs from women I know that have been pregnant. But I already watched them when they got pregnant, and that was like years ago. So I thought I might rewatch them. And then someone got a little jealous.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I got jealous, but it was interesting because I also wanted to see if I can find like men or dads actually also filming their experiences with being pregnant. I mean, their wife being pregnant, but expecting a child.
We're not married, by the way.
Yes.
we just say this.
So yeah, that's how kind of the idea came up with starting YouTube videos about also not only telling about the experiences for the mother, but also getting into the experiences and the feelings of the father too. So that's the main idea behind it, and someone picked up on that idea quite well. So here we are now filming YouTube videos or vlogs about us becoming parents.
Yeah, and like some general information, today is a Friday.
Yeah.
And we found out last week's Tuesday. So we have only been knowing this for a week and a half, and we already been through some changes, I guess. Yeah, so it might be nice to like start with how we found out. So, well, I think we might have jinxed something because we've been talking about having kids, and like we also talked about you as a person kind of being ready to become a parent, and me as a person, but just not like the situation was not perfect, and also we together are not together maybe ready to become parents together, I guess. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we talk about. And also like not having a permanent house or job right now. That's also like the circumstances are not perfect. So we talked about it, like yeah, it would be really great to someday have a family. And yeah, then I kind of did not get my period in the expected time.
Kind of.
And then, but I mean, there were still some days that we could wait, because sometimes it's a little bit late, a few days late. I mean, that can happen.
Mm.
So then we were just talking about, I asked Philip like, but what if I am pregnant? And yeah, what did you say?
Oh, I said I'm going to do, so maybe also a little bit more on the outside situation. I'm also I'm working, but I'm in a kind of trainee program, so I do have to find a follow-up job in the end of March. So technically I have a job, but I don't know where it is, I don't know what it's going to be. So the situation is also a bit vague.
It's also, by the way, it's the 31st of January right now.
Yeah.
That might be nice to add, because we will put this online way later, so
Yeah.
that's kind of the timeline, you know, it's important. I'm sorry, continue.
So it's a little bit urgent, not urgent, but it's a little bit stressy, because I have to work but still have to find a follow-up job in the same time, so it's a little bit stressy. And what was your question again?
What you said when I told you, like, what if I'm pregnant right now? What would you do? How would you feel, kind of?
So I think I said to you that I'm going to do the utmost that I can do to find a job, find an apartment for us, and also setting the foundation for the future to have a nice life for us three together.
Yeah, and that was in the weekend before we find out. I was at your place, and I was already like I said, I was planning on getting my period that weekend. Didn't really happen. And I was feeling a bit off. We had plans to go out. Well, not go out. We just wanted to go to one vintage store. And I'm usually motivated and I'm not lazy at all, but I couldn't get out of bed. I was not feeling motivated. I was feeling sluggish and I just wanted to sleep and lay in bed and be lazy. And then you forced me to go out anyway. I did not really enjoy it that much. I mean, I enjoyed the store, but for me it was way too far. And just feeling kind of strange. And we also talked about it later, that you said like, oh, I didn't, that's like another version from you I did not know, and it was not that nice. And
I thought she just needed a little gentle kick in the ass to go outside. Because, I mean, everyone has sometimes these days where you don't want to go outside at all. And I might thought, let's give it a little gentle
push.
nudge, little push.
And then I went home on Sunday. Oh, by the way, just side note, so my horse was like, I don't know, kicked above the eye or something. There happened something, I don't know, I wasn't there. It happened in the field with another horse. And he needed stitches, so they called me on Saturday, like, hey, this happened. And I was like, oh shit, I will call the vet, and do I have to come home? And they said, no, it's okay. But then on Sunday, I felt my mother instincts, like, I need to go home now to my baby. And so I told you, like, hey, I'm gonna leave early. I don't want to play another game or something, I need to go home now. And at the moment, I also went to my house first, I straight went to the stable. I broke all my own rules about wearing normal shoes to the stable, having my good jacket in the stable because everything smells. But I was like, most important thing now is go to my horse, go to my first baby, and then I was there and everything was calm, everything was good. But it was just a
false alarm.
Yeah, I had a bad feeling in my whole body when I was not with him while he was sick, kind of. So and then it was Tuesday, and I think on the 29th day of my period. It happened before that I didn't get my period until the 29th day, so I actually had to plan, like, okay, I want to wait until the 30th because would be a first. But I was too curious, and on Tuesday I had to work half a day, so I was free in the afternoon. And I thought, if I would find out now, I'd rather find out now than in the morning if I have to work all day. And I also thought, like, okay, but a test I thought you can only do it in the morning because then, like, your pee is most concentrated and stuff, and it works the best, especially if it's still early. But I had 2 pregnancy tests at home, so I thought I would just do one already.
Give it a try.
And then, I just did the test, and then I went under the shower. I was alone, by the way, at home. And then I got out of the shower and I checked the test, and it had 2 stripes. Well, 1 dark stripe and 1 light stripe, but there was definitely a stripe. And then all I did was I was just silent for a good 3 minutes or something. I had everything was empty. I had no thoughts or feelings. I was way too surprised, I guess. And actually I wished you were there at that moment, but you weren't. And I also,
side note, we still live apart.
Yeah, we don't live together. That's gonna change, but so I didn't quite know what to do at that moment, so I just put on some clothes and went on the couch and researched everything you have to know about pregnancy. I was kind of panicking, and then eventually I was so I couldn't concentrate on anything, and I just texted you and said, like, hey, I don't feel good, can I come over right now? And I actually wanted to FaceTime, and you were in a meeting. Yeah. So I said, like, hey, can I come over? I will be there in an hour. And what did you think in that moment? Because I never come over spontaneously.
Yeah, definitely. So that completely caught me off guard. Like Lieke said, I was in a meeting, work related, and I just saw that you were calling on FaceTime twice, and I was like, I cannot pick up right now. Not a good moment. I called you back, and then I just saw the text. Can I come over to your place? I'll be there in an hour. And the last time that I received such a text, I was broken up with, so wasn't
true. You thought that I was gonna break up with you.
Wasn't feeling so nice in the meeting. So yeah, initially I thought, oh shit, this is going to be it. Then he came over to my place. I didn't know what to do with myself the whole time that I was waiting for you. And then he came home, and it was there was a weird atmosphere. It wasn't like too familiar, but also not too weird, I guess. And we were sitting on my bed, and then Lieke said to me, "Hey, I have a little present for you."
A small present.
A small present, very small present.
Really small.
It was just like a small. I mean, to already spoil it, it was the pregnancy test.
Ooh, I don't think they expected that, but I wrapped it actually. I wrapped it.
Yeah, she wrapped it, and when I was unpacking the pregnancy test, I was unwrapping the wrong side or the other side, not there where there's the indication of being pregnant or not, and I just saw white plastic, and I was curious, and I didn't know what it was because I just saw white plastic. I thought she was going to give me a pen or something.
Oh, a crochet needle.
yeah. I initially thought it was a crochet needle because I said one day that maybe eventually you can teach me how to crochet. So I thought it was a crochet needle or a pad, like I said. And I was like, okay, I don't know how to react to this. But then I pulled the whole thing out and I saw, oh shit, those aren't crochet needles. Neither is it a pad. And I was also a little bit shocked in the first moment. Didn't know what to think or feel. But then I saw her face. I just looked into her face and you started crying.
Yeah, well, like the moment you saw that it was a pregnancy test, I was already thinking, like, does he even know how to read a pregnancy test? Does he even recognize it? It's like, I don't know if you ever saw one of these things in life.
No.
So I thought maybe he doesn't understand it or something. But you saw it and you were like, are you pregnant? And
True.
There is some kind of excitement in your face, and I was really confused by that. And yeah, then I just started crying real hard, and then we hugged, and yeah, and then I don't know actually.
I think we both were kinda, we both were happy with the results, even though we didn't expect it at all. But yeah, it was a very surprising moment.
I know that I was really stressed. I was saying all kinds of things like, help, I don't know how it works to be pregnant, and I really don't know how it works to be pregnant in another country that I don't really speak the language in. I don't know all the words, and like, are they gonna take care of me here? And oh, I have like a heavy physical job, and I don't have a permanent house, and I was like, all the things. I was like, shit, how are we gonna do this? And you constantly just said like, we're gonna do this together, and we will figure it out, and we will take the time, and we will
conquer all the challenges.
Yeah.
Because it's not the best situation, or when is even the best situation to be pregnant?
Yeah, I guess it never comes planned.
Yeah. So it was. I mean, yeah, technically it wasn't planned at all.
True.
But those were some understandable worries that we definitely have to think about.
Yeah, there were definitely some real worries, but just in that moment, like, you cannot figure everything out at once. But yeah. I remember that I asked you, like, hey, you are the German here, and we are probably gonna live in Germany with this kid. So if there's one thing you can do for me, it's figure out everything about
fix the shit.
About kids in Germany, and also like being pregnant and everything in between.
Yeah.
That between now and forever. Please figure it out. And
the man that I am said to her, yeah, I'll figure that stuff out. And I was talking, I was comforting.
Yeah.
I was comforting.
Comforting. Yeah, whatever you want.
I was comforting her, saying that we'll gonna make it, and we are going to conquer all the challenges that are in the future, and we will have a nice little family. And yeah, but it was very overwhelming, the situation. And the next day was even more.
Well, can we tell that
yeah.
We were at your place? I had to work the next day. We only see each other on the weekend, but this was like a Tuesday evening, and we just got some food, I guess. I don't know. And then I don't know if I asked you or you offered, but I kind of said, this is actually the conversation we had before when I wasn't pregnant yet, but I was telling you like, what if we are pregnant? And you also asked me the same. And I was like, okay, then I don't want to spend another minute without you. I want you to be close to me. And I would also want to have less pressure on work. Like I said, it's a physical job, so I would definitely need to do something with that. But I also said, like, I just want to be with you then, and I don't want to be alone. And so you went.
I think we haven't spent any
we haven't spent a day or another part since then.
Yeah, and she said, we were out, we were eating something, and then you offered me 2 options. So he said, either way, you're going to drive home and we see each other on the weekend, which would be, I mean, it was Tuesday to that time, so it would be a
long time.
Friday, or maybe even a little bit before that. But then I already knew my answer to that question. Or the other alternative would be that we're going to drive together to her home, to her apartment, and
you had some, how do you say these things again? Some appointments those weeks. That week. So that would mean that if he went to my place, that he would have to drive an hour and back every day from my house to just be with me. And guess what this great man did?
That's exactly what I did. So
yeah,
we're living quite far apart, like you said, an hour apart. But I'm also very glad I don't own a car, my own car, and Lieke let me drive hers. So that's already a great thing. And that's how we spent the last couple of days. Just me driving from her place to my apartment to work. I haven't been at the office in more than a week. And then we can always spend the night with each other, sleeping beside of each other. And
which is awesome, to be honest, because I think the nights are the least pleasant. For me at least. At night I really have some cramps and I feel like this baby, I cannot call it a baby yet officially, like it's still nothing, but I mean it has a beating heart since a short time.
Yeah.
We didn't have any appointments yet, by the way. That will be next week. Just like we have this app, and I actually didn't download one app on my phone yet because I share my iCloud with my family and I do not want them to find out that way. So we have an app on your phone, and there we can keep track of how it looks like. Yeah. And I forgot what I wanted to say. Anyway, I think like this thing is most active when I want to go to sleep. So we also, the first night we slept together, that Tuesday night, we did not sleep.
Oh, horrible night.
It was a horrible night. We, I think just middle of the night, we just went out of bed to chill in the kitchen because we didn't know what to do with ourselves. And then we had a conversation and I was so nauseous, and then I didn't have to throw up, but I almost fainted. So that was also something. And yeah, but I am generally feeling really good actually. I do feel all the hormones going through me. Sometimes like I'm high on drugs. That's really treating me well. I'm not stressed. I'm super chill. Also super tired, but I feel like in the morning I wake up really energized, really happy, like really, really, really happy.
I don't.
No, you don't. And just in the evening you cannot expect anything from me. I just want to eat and then I want to sleep, and I sleep really long, and I'm really tired.
It's crazy how much she can sleep in the evening or at night. Like she can, there was a day she slept already for 2 hours on the couch, and then until we finally moved from the couch to the bedroom, I was already fixing everything in the household. I was doing the dishes and all that stuff, also preparing her breakfast for the next day. And she could still sleep for another 8 to I don't know how long hours. Because if I would take a nap before going to bed, I would be awake for at least 3 hours. She doesn't. She's
no,
gone.
it's great, but like I told you, this order is kind of being messed up. But I also wanted to tell maybe like the first signs I noticed that I might be pregnant. The first one was obviously not my period just not showing up, but also during work. I was just sweeping and I had to take so many breaks to just catch a breath. I was so out of breath, so extremely tired. So I thought I might get sick or something, because that's also a reason why you can feel like you have no endurance. But I do have good endurance, but I just didn't feel good. And at night I had this one itchy toe.
Yeah.
Oh, it was terrible.
That was weird.
Yeah, it was just my left small toe. In the middle of the night, it would itch like crazy, and I couldn't do anything to make it go away. I wanted to cut off that toe. It was terrible, but there was like no rash. You couldn't see anything, nothing infected or whatever. It was just a normal toe. And at night, it was so terrible, this itchiness. And then you actually told me like, oh, that's funny, I also have that. And then I was like, okay, well then it cannot mean anything. But I mean, this was
not normal.
Really weird. So, and I had this few times that I had one of these, I don't actually know, how do you say like stechen in English? It's something that's like
Poking.
Poking, yeah. No, it's like a knife, really knife
Stabbing.
feeling. Okay, for sure we go with that. Like a stabbing feeling behind my breast, kind of. And I had it a few times, and it was also really weird. So then just these fake signs, but I wasn't nauseous, I wasn't, what else do they say about pregnancy? My boobs weren't hurting or something, they also say that. I was just feeling quite normal, just way too exhausted and way too out of breath. So, yeah, that's actually what I noticed.
And we were actually waiting for her period, I guess. I wasn't too...
You weren't worried.
I wasn't too worried at all. I mean, she texted me that she has these weird thingies, these weird symptoms, like being out of breath after not sleeping for too long. And I already was assuming, or I was thinking, in comparison to also, or not in comparison, but also in relation to how long it takes for her period to show up, this is an interesting sign. And that's where I already kinda assumed that there might be something happening. And I guess now we for sure know that, or we know for sure what the reason behind her being out of breath that quickly.
Yeah, and it's still like that.
Yeah.
It is terrible. Like I can just pick up a few clothes and then I'm done for the day. That was my workout.
That was a word. Take a breather.
Yeah, just walking to work, I have to take more time now. I have to schedule in more time. It just takes longer. I feel like a grandma sometimes.
She already felt like grandma before.
That's true. That's true. I definitely have a grandma mentality. Yeah, and so I'm 5 weeks and 3 days pregnant right now. I wanted to say we didn't tell anyone yet. That's not entirely true, because I had to tell my boss at work and my colleagues. So yeah, I told my boss and my colleagues because they needed to help me, and I didn't want to lie about it, because then they would have no, how do you say it again?
Trust.
No, I mean no. The word that you use always. You always use this word.
Which one?
Yeah, the one that I think of now. They would have no empathy.
Oh, empathy.
Yeah. For me. Because then they're just like, oh, don't be a baby, just work. You know, I mean, it's hard work. Everyone knows that. So I thought I would tell my boss. But I did tell, like, hey, don't tell everyone. Just only the essential people. Because I would like to tell my parents first. But yeah, I have to drive 5.5 hours to my parents. I would also like to bring you. By the way, we did not introduce ourselves to our parents yet. That's also an amazing introduction. It will be like, hey, this is my boyfriend and soon to be father of your grandchild. So that will be cool.
Nice to meet you.
Anyway, yeah, so I told my boss and my colleagues, because I had to. For the rest, no one knows. We will have our first appointment at the gynecologist next week.
Thursday.
That is exciting, because that will be the first time that we see if everything is actually okay. We have no idea yet. I mean, I'm glad that I have these little cramps sometimes and I feel really tired because that's for me a sign like, oh, there's happening something. My belly is growing like crazy. My boobs are hurting. So I'm kind of happy that I have these things so that I know that there's happening something. And I generally feel good. So that's really nice. And we will tell my parents in...
The end of February.
Yeah. So in 3 weeks or something?
Yeah.
And your parents will still have to schedule that in?
Yeah, we don't have a date yet
No.
to tell my parents.
But that will be the first step, like telling the parents.
That's going to be exciting.
Yeah, and it's really early because mostly you tell it with 12 weeks because that's kind of the chance to have a miscarriage is really small from then. So it's like the safe moment to tell. But I just don't feel good with keeping a secret for that long. I would really like to have people to know, well, at least the people that are close to me. My parents, my best friend, we're also telling her on my birthday in a few months. Yeah, just to also talk about them, talk with them about it. I think that would be really nice. And if something goes wrong, for me it's also a safe idea that they know and you can still talk about it. So that is just a feeling. For me it feels really nice to be able to tell a little bit early. I don't know if it's the same for you.
I mean, for me it doesn't depend on how early or how late we're going to tell them, as long as we tell them at all.
Yeah, well, they will notice.
Just show up at the doorstep and be like, hey, look at that. No, so for me the timing isn't that crucial, but I mean it makes sense in regards of figuring out until this day if it would be a miscarriage or how healthy or how developed the baby is.
Yeah, I really hope everything is okay. But
Yes.
like the ultrasound will be too early to hear a beating heart. You might be able to see it. Well, this is just what I read, like I'm not sure. And the ultrasound will also not be on top of your belly. It will actually be from the inside because then you can see more. And it's mostly just seeing if the start was okay. So if there is like the thing, if it's developing on the right, at the right spot and stuff, and if everything is growing quite okay. I guess it will be something like that. I have no idea. And,
We'll keep you posted.
and I mean, everything will be in German. I speak a few words German, but this will be a new Plauderecke.
Yeah, this will be as well for me some new vocabulary that I have to learn. So
Yeah. So we're just gonna ask a whole bunch of questions. Well, you are gonna ask all the questions.
Yes.
I'm gonna try my best to understand this person, and I just hope everything is fine and healthy, and I feel good. I eat healthy. Suddenly got cravings for broccoli. That's really weird, but I feel my body is. I think with both of us there was a switch. For me, it was definitely with the healthy eating. Because like I already did not drink alcohol, I didn't do drugs, and I don't eat like red meat or stuff. I don't eat scary fish stuff. So I think I'm already like my body will. I also took the folic acid like every day because I'm generally low on energy. So I already took that for like a year. So I guess my body was already ready to be pregnant. So that I didn't have to change anything about that. But I'm not that good about vegetables and fruits, and that kind of just changed all of a sudden. I was craving healthy stuff, and I was like, I want to buy mandarins and then apples. And
I was really surprised, and I wouldn't say shocked, but I was very surprised because that's not how I used to know.
No.
I guess, but at the same time it's also awesome because my New Year's resolution was to cook more and also to cook healthier, so that was perfect just to start it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was already great. And maybe for me the switch that kind of flipped was, okay, I definitely need to find a job now. I want to find an apartment. I want to like I said in the beginning, set a good foundation for the future. So
you also had a good switch.
Yeah.
And actually that evening that you came to my place, I have a rocking chair in my place, and I asked. No, I think I made a warmflasche. What's that in English again? Like a heating pad. kind of the thing you fill up with.
Flask.
The thing you fill up with hot water, boiling water. Because I had some cramps and we were about to go to bed, so I asked Philip, like, hey, can you hold this for a second? I just need to, I don't know, do something, take my vitamins, whatever. And then there was Philip on that rocking chair, just with the warmflasje and just stroking it on the back. And I saw that and I was like, do you realize what you are doing? And he was like, huh? What?
What do you mean?
I just had this image of him lying there and it looked like he was just stroking the back of the baby, you know, just making it go to sleep.
I just did it instantly.
From that moment, you're a dad, and it hasn't changed ever since. You have becoming a dad in like a week. It's amazing. You flip that switch, and it's all complete. The dad jokes,
the dad stands.
Just how you're spotting the birds now.
Yeah.
You're just standing in front of the window.
Beautiful birds.
You hear those birds?
I wonder what the neighbors are doing.
They go kreeën. How do you say that word?
Kreeën.
Kreeën. Hast du gehört? Kreeën. Yeah, it's really funny. So, I guess Mother Nature is already making us ready for this baby, because and I think we're doing pretty good until now. Well, actually really good. I feel like
I also would say we're doing really good. Like the first couple of days, like the first 2 days were kind of exhausting because
no sleep.
No sleep. We both didn't know what to do with the baby or with the news of getting a baby. I was so in my head, I was so worried about anything, even though it was just some minor things. But at one point, I think we talked about what our worries are and what we are insecure about with the baby. And just talking to each other about what we are worried about, what we fear, helped me greatly. I mean, I wouldn't lie if I would say there weren't a couple of times we both cried or one of us cried.
That's no news.
Yeah, so this was that's true, but still it was very overwhelming in the first 2 days. But I would say after a week we got pretty used to it, as far as you can get used to it. But now I guess I would say we're pretty optimistic and looking forward to everything that's ahead of us.
Yeah, and I mean, I show you my baby belly like 100 times a day, and I think it's really important that you're also with me in this journey. I mean, I'm already obsessed with with my belly, but I just want to show you all the time and everything, all the changes I go through, and I think it's really important that you also notice that, because I mean, you don't feel what I feel, so I try to share everything, like oversharing to the max. I like that. And
I don't mind.
Yeah, just to it's not you who said this morning, maybe it's already time for pregnancy clothing. Like, well, I mean, I don't think there are a lot of people who can say that with 5.5 weeks, but I mean, my clothes are just, it is not comfortable. It is tight. But I'm not mentally ready for that. I just want to wear my own clothes as long as I can, because I feel if you buy these maternity clothes, there will be so much space for the belly, and I don't have that belly yet. I think I might just need to buy the same pants one size bigger or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe a sports bra one size bigger, because that will also, it's not that comfortable anymore. But yeah, I guess that's kind of it, right? Yeah.
There was the first thoughts, the first story, the first yapping about the baby, and we'll definitely keep you updated with everything that comes.
Yeah, true. We are currently vlogging, so if you like to follow us along on this incredible journey, I mean, it's gonna be one hell of a journey.
It's going to be.
Yeah, then I would say give it a like and follow if you just want to stay updated.
Tag along.
And follow us for this journey. I think I already said that 5 times now, but now I can just blame it on the pregnancy brain. That's awesome. And yeah, I guess
in
that's
this way.
And there will come a change of jobs, and there will come a move and like a new house, apartment, whatever. So that's definitely some exciting changes. That would also be nice to film, of course,
Oh,
and
definitely.
to take you with us. So yeah, I would just say that keep in mind that this is recorded in the end of January. So
2025.
yeah, 2025. Well, I maybe do plan on putting this online still this year. You
Yeah,
know?
I'm just saying.
Okay,
We
just
never know.
saying, just saying. Good. Yeah, so I guess that's kind of the first story of us, and I guess let's put an end to this.
Yeah. Like and subscribe if you want to tag along our journey.
Says the dad YouTuber. Yeah, well, thank you so much for watching, and liebe Grüße from the
Liebe-
baby, and
Groetjes.
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 Yeah.